Okay guys, so I got this cute thing at home. It was $20. It's like a macrame succulent hanging plant. I've gotten a lot of compliments and decided to make a budget-friendly one myself. Okay, so these are the materials you will need. The Dollar Tree I went to did not have the jute that I needed, so I just used that one from Dollar General. Was not good of a deal. It was like $1.75 for 10 yards, excuse me. I just had these on hand. We are going to be painting this container. These actually come potted but come off very easily. They had more of these last time I went, all different variations. This is what I was looking for, but they were out, so I winged it. So we shall see. Oh, and the styrofoam is going to go in the bottom. I already had these ones. They come in a 4-pack from Dollar Tree. So everything is from Dollar Tree, except of course my supplies and the jute, but jute is carried by Dollar Tree, just they didn't have it. So now we're just going to paint the jar all over. You don't have to paint the inside, just all the outside. Alright, so yeah, I struggled getting this paint open, so sorry about this. I'm not trying to flash you guys in this, but you can use any paint you want, spray paint. I'm using just some acrylic I had. I'm going for a farmhouse look, so I don't mind the brush strokes here. I only did one coat, but you can do 2 for a more finished look. I didn't think this through on how to sit this down. As you can see, I'm struggling and I end up, yeah. So yeah, that was an oops on my part. But after that, I'm just gonna let it dry outside. It did stick to the paper a little, so I recommend cardboard. So here I'm just sort of measuring how long I need the knots. I end up figuring out later that I should have done them longer. And yeah, my daughter crying here. So yeah, you're just gonna start tying these knots. It's 2 at the top, the second one being bigger, so you're gonna double knot. I later go back in and untie them and start over because they were too long in my opinion. Because I was doing like a hand length, which I shortened later, but I realized once I hung it up that I should have kept the hand length on the first tiny knots and only shortened the second tiny knots. Once you get into it, I know it sounds complicated, but it makes more sense later on. And if my video is not helping at all, you can just search macrame plant holder, and this exact pattern, I guess, as the one that I'm using will show up, and it's much easier to follow, especially with jute, because it's like, I don't know, it's all over the place, but it's easy. I think next time I do this, it'll be a lot better because I know what I'm doing now. So, and it only took me one of those packs from Dollar General, so if you can't find the one at Dollar Tree, like I couldn't, that $1.75 pack will make you one little hanging plant. But yeah, you start with the 2 big knots, then you take 2 strands and tie a knot, and then you separate those off and tie them together. Just watch, because I can't even say it. Here I'm showing you how I've done all the tiny knots. And see, it's like the double, and then they attach by 1. And that's what it looks like before I tie it off on the ends. And yeah. And here I'm just kind of making it look like an octopus because I don't want to get all tangled and be twisted and stuff, so I try to make it straight. This is the hardest part to like tell you guys how to do it because yeah, Like, even videoing it was hard because I'm like, oh, they can't see everything I'm doing. So I do recommend just searching it and just watching a video on that, and it'll help you out. And I ended up redoing it because I had that tiny little bit at the end, and then I put my jar in, tested it out, and it was just not long enough. So here is the finished product after I went back in. It was really easy to untie. I still made the top part too short. I should have made them long and then the second part short, but it worked, so whatever. Here I'm just putting in the styrofoam to poke and glue the succulents in. I ended up having to cut it. It was not fitting right. So yeah, here I'm just cutting it. I think I used two. Yeah, I ended up using 2 styrofoam pieces, or 1.5 really, actually. It took me a minute to figure it all how it was going to fit in there. It was like Tetris. Sorry for this long, drawn out process. I was just not figuring it out, apparently. And my daughter also kept trying to help. I kind of cut out some of the video where she was trying to grab the styrofoam. And, you know, maybe some styrofoam, that's a no-no. And I just took some extra, like, little pieces and kind of stuck them down in those crevices because I wanted it, like, fully covered over the top. See, I'm kind of fighting her off on the side. And there it is, just fully covered on the top. And the next part is where I'm going to show you, like, the placement of the succulents. I really wish they had more of the ones I had seen previously, because it would have looked more like the at-home version, because they had that spiky tall one. But I didn't get them. I should have got them. And so they were out. So I had to do with what I had. But hey, for $6, it wasn't bad. And I do end up going in with a glue gun and like hot gluing these down, except for the one with the really long stem. It was held in by the styrofoam. And those just like pop right out. So easy. Here is where I'm just taking the hot glue gun and just securing them all in, kind of finding their placement, fighting my daughter off. And like, I didn't have any moss. You can use moss to cover the styrofoam on the top if you'd like. But I had these little white rocks, so that's what I used, and you'll see in the video in a minute. I hot glued them down, just a very few, just to the edges. I ended up having to hot glue that one down twice because my daughter pulled it out. She's a little busybody back there. And that's where the little styrofoam's peeping through, and where I take the rocks. It was easiest just to put hot glue down on it, and then put the rocks on top of the hot glue. Here's my little handy dandy helper. This was relatively easy. It did take me a while, but that's mainly the macrame part and letting the paint dry. And here's the finished product. I like little rocks, and I hung it in my bathroom. Ignore the outdated bathroom. We are in a fixer-upper. I think it turned out right. I think I might actually go over us with the second coat. I don't know if I like the rusticness yet. But yep, it was super easy, and I like how it turned out. I think my second try with this will probably turn out better. And here's my comparison, my $20 versus $6. And for $6, I think this is a great little DIY project. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you try it out. please comment below or share a picture if you do. Bye!